What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with Andrew Jacked. Specifically this part from his recent YouTube video where he explains to his audience that he is feeling very great at 10 weeks out from this upcoming Arnold. He's feeling very fresh and he is ready to go full throttle for the next 10 weeks and present his all-time best. Unlike last year when he was feeling tired and his body just wasn't responding. Plus, on top of all that, he has no lingering injuries or anything like that. And that only means one thing. He will most likely be 100% on for this upcoming Arnold.
Things is moving nice and easy, nice and good. No pain, no injuries, no nothing. Everything is going pretty good. And yeah.
Because Andrew's track record, that also suggests that he mostly comes in shape in every other show other than Miss Olympia. So most of these guys who are gonna be doing this Arnold Classic, they are all now going balls to the walls because we are already 10 weeks out. And Andrew himself looks absolutely massive, not to mention very round. And his chest, as we all know, has to be one of the best in the world right now. But he is still very much prone to losing the side chest shot against multiple guys at this upcoming Arnold because he doesn't have enough thickness, especially in his lower half from the side. So how much can Andrew improve from the Olympia this year to the Arnold next year? Well, not a lot apparently, because there just hasn't been enough time to bring up the lagging body parts. But as the judges said after his Texas Pro look this year, if he just show up a little bit drier than that, especially the version that he presented at the finals of Texas Pro, he is gonna scare a lot of people because he's a very tall guy and he is one of the most aesthetic bodybuilder in the men's open roster right now, especially when he is truly on. And when that happens, the eyes are always drawn towards him. Next up, we have an update from Carlos Thomas Jr. So he's back to doing the hard movements because the thing is there will never be another opportunity for an Arnold Classic debut. And I truly believe Carlos can really become a big bodybuilding star if he truly delivers here. So all the eyes are gonna be on his back because that has been his biggest weakness and probably the only weakness since he turned pro. That is his only weak shot. Now this is a great Arnold lineup and even if Carlos places top 5 here, he will have to beat some great bodybuilders. So the pictures that we have seen from Carlos, they are just jaw-dropping and they just make you go wow. And I think you can really bet that Carlos is gonna be at his all-time best, especially in terms of conditioning. Because he is now working with a coach, who is the coach of the winning 212 Olympia champion, Keon Pearson. And we all know Keon's career just skyrocketed once he started working with Patrick Tuor. So his team around him that has been very mindful of the fact that back is a weak area for him. But is there even a single guy in this upcoming Arnold lineup who doesn't have a weak body part, who doesn't have a weak shot? Now, even if we do not see some major improvements from Carlos in the back department, if he is peeled, if he is truly on, he is gonna be extremely dangerous considering the kind of proportions that he has. Now, it isn't very often we see someone looking as cartoonish as Carlos does, and he is gonna be the wild card in this upcoming Arnold lineup. So what are the chances that 6 times Classic Physique Olympia champion Chris Bumstead is gonna take a break for a few years and decide to come back and compete in the men's open bodybuilding later in his life? Well, I'm gonna say extremely low because he keeps on saying that he is done with this chapter of his life. And that ended with Prog Pro this year. And that really was the best stage experience that Cbum had because of the involvement of the crowd. Now he did leave a very interesting comment to one of his fans, which kind of gives a feeling that Cbum is gonna be heavily involved in the entire Olympia weekend. And although he won't be on the stage as a competitor, but he has no plans of getting out of shape as he wants to get stronger and be around 250 pounds and play some other sport. So will Chris Bumstead have been this popular in the industry if there was no Classic Physique division? Well, I have to say the stars were just aligned so perfectly for him because if it wasn't for Classic, Cbum would have been in the men's open class. And after watching him deliver such an amazing performance at his men's open debut in Prague this year, and that too against the top 4 best bodybuilder in the world, and beating a 2 times 212 Olympia champion, Sean Perida, and all these other guys, I believe he would have eventually be a top Olympian in the men's open bodybuilding. But the success that he had, it would have definitely taken him more time, more years, to get to that level. So there were more than 60 classic physique competitors at this year's Classic Physique Olympia stage, which just increases the chances of someone getting kinda overlooked, and that too massively. Now, a few of the bodybuilding media platforms, they did voice their opinion about all of this, that maybe the higher-ups in the Pro League needs to do something about all of this, and they surely have, but kind of the other way around, because the Classic Physique schedule for next year, that just dropped. And looking at all of those Classic Physique Pro shows this year, what if I tell you guys that there are gonna be close to 70 athletes on Classic Physique Olympia stage next year? Yes, this isn't made up. If you look at the long list of the shows, it's just never ending. So in terms of the overall growth of Classic Physique division over the years, it is just totally insane. But if you compare it to this upcoming Arnold, where there are gonna be merely 12 Classic Physique competitors, it doesn't take much to understand which will be a better experience for the athletes as well as for the fans. So do you guys think there should be a limit on how many guys can step on the Olympia stage? Because if they continue to add more shows in this division, it will kinda become impossible to give each competitor a fair look, because the judges are also human and they are bound to make some mistakes. So Justin Shire is also one of those IFBB pros who took this entire off, completely focusing on bringing up one weak body part, the back, which in many cases is the biggest lagging body part, especially in this modern era. And so many of these pros, they have that problem. Now let me tell you guys something. Two guys who turned pro on the same show back in 2021, they were Justin Shire and Carlos Thomas Jr. Now both of these guys, they have majorly improved, but both these guys still have the same weakness, their backs. But with 1 year taking completely off for a proper off-season to get bigger and put all the muscles in all the right areas, this is a comeback which we should all be looking forward to, because Justin has some top-tier genetics in terms of the shape and the flow and the kind of physique that he has. He has those top-tier aesthetics, and there is a reason he was able to win his pro debut at Chicago Pro last year, and he was able to make his Olympia debut last year as well. So this is a great talent right here, and there is no doubt about that. Now he was reaching a bit too far, a bit too high for his Olympia debut, and him not placing top 10, which was his expectations, that led him to make this decision of going back to the drawing board, put on some more muscle, some more mass in all the right areas, and not rush to compete. And that, I have got to say, was such a good move, especially so early in his career. Because the thing is, that was much needed if he wanted to move up the ranks at the biggest bodybuilding show in the world. So as of right now, no show and no new coach has been announced by Justin Shire. But as the season ramps up, he is definitely going back to the diet and polish all that new muscle that he built this year. And we will see him on the stage sometime next year for sure. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.